why RFP software might be overrated. There's a lot of chat in this particular industry and bids and proposals at the moment in respect to AI software and proposal management software. Now, this isn't anything new. This has been around for a long time. I recently made other videos on all my channels as well as on LinkedIn as well about tell me what the point is. I don't see any of these companies actually selling their product, actually telling people what the benefits are, what they're going to get out of it. A lot of them have got the same kind of price point, which isn't cheap. And there are some others that are a lower end, which I think are actually more interesting, if I'm honest. They're asking people to spend a lot of money and not necessarily get anything out of it. There's a lot of talk about it, but there's not a lot of fact. Nobody wants to actually go through it with you. And obviously, even at the point of me asking this question, I get that a lot anyway because of the job I do and, the impact I have within my sector. And that is this idea that, do I want to jump on a call with all these people so they can sell it to me and then I can sell it to other people? I've had it before. People have offered me commission and all sorts of things like that, which is fine if somebody wants to buy that kind of product. But I think a lot of businesses don't. They haven't got that much money to spend on something that they might use a couple of times a year. And that's the problem. And for me, the main problem is that people aren't addressing the basic function of how you win work. And it isn't from plugging information or writing or ideas or whatever you've got into a software and it's spitting out an answer. Because unfortunately, the problem is it doesn't write like a person. It doesn't know your business. It doesn't do half of those things. Now, it's good from a security perspective because I do know companies that are uploading their documents into ChatGPT, which obviously is open source, and then that information becomes publicly available to their competitors, which is not helpful, obviously. So it has some good benefits in that, I think. I think a lot of them are good products. I think they do offer a service if you need that. But I think it's kind of like at that top level, you have to understand what it takes to win a bid or proposal at the base level and build into that. So if businesses aren't doing that, and a lot of them are, and they just don't understand why they don't win work, because they're often putting very, very little effort into something and they're just kind of skirting around the edges of what the customer actually wants by answering questions vaguely, when you need to apply a lot of detail and understanding, and you have to know your customer and you have to put all that together. I think AI software like that can be useful to add that top layer. But if you're not doing all the basics first, I don't think it gives that much of an advantage. So I'm always happy to hear from more people on this.